were always finishing in second place, coming so close to winning trophies, and now trying to gun for their second already this year. Trying to win this lower bracket and get into the grand finals. Aspas under pressure, has to get out as the execute comes through.
None of the mobility available as well. He is skint on abilities. Slips away though to backside as that fault line came through. There's an early challenge though already here towards Garage! It is Artisine, the third, with nasty work!
Oh, even the stun connects onto Jonah. He's just running straight through the salvo. And I mean, you want to talk about 75%, same stat of G2 winning this exact round.
That's just brazen. Cortesia walks out and challenges that angle. This thing is though do go to work, whittling MIBR down to 3 players. However, as 2 Guardians and a rifle about to be trained at the remaining attackers. It's Trent and Leaf, the latter who's taking a bit of damage, and Leaf almost gets banged down through the wall. He's so low.
He's just too weak. The high bullet pen from the Guardian paying dividends for the defensive side. It's forced him off the spike. This timing is so awkward, but oh, Trent gets caught.
It's all on Leaf now, tucked here in Cubby. Gonna gives a tap here, free orb. Leaf can't resist, and there's Verdo.
Options for G2 right now in the mid-round, but they are content just allowing MIBR to play right into their hands.
As MIBR getting impatient, pushing up for info. They don't have a lot of easy ways to get that on this team. Beautiful shot from Artisine. Joel caught with some utilities here, but quickly Valen snaps back. And it's Cortesia all alone. And when you only have the stealth drone to get that sort of passive info, you do have Cypher, of course, but MIBR have to take some risks to push up for info. Get one more gun away, though, I think, from G2, and you're feeling good. Can Cortesia get at least that?
Yeah, could throw it down the cage, try and obscure one of these angles, isolate a fight.
Just on his right, left and in front. Virtually impossible to win these scenarios. Never see it happen. Cortesia tries to draw some aggro, but Valen finds 3. The timing is right there. Like, oh my goodness, what a flick! Valen doesn't know what hit him. Like a ball out of the blue. Aspas deals with the first interloper, and there's more where that came from. First clone. Looks like that would have been shot. And there's Jorg finding Artisine. There goes that util, but Aspas with the shorty. Such efficient use of those shells. Leaves it up to Trent and Leaf, and they are banged up bad.
Cortesia is wrapping on the flank right now as well, slows down just at the perfect time, so Leaf can't hear those footsteps. Shenum on the swing, gets the first, Trent isolated alone.
Strong wind to blow him away. 7 points of health, salvos in hand, no plant to speak of. And that Cortesia.
MIBR, look at the delay utility. By the time they get in here, they're going to have virtually no time to actually defuse this spike.
What is going on? The salvos stop MIBR from following up on that util from the breach, and now they're getting cut down by G2. Not even a full sting around, but have a look at this. Plenty of rifles to be recovered. Trent and Jonah P get their grubby little hands on them.
Oh my God,
Shenum is brought down with an op in hand.
Sight is so free.
No, okay, nice for Cortesia. Finally forges out, but that wall is set for, you know, an A hit. So MIBR definitely drift over that way, and that's value. It covers back C site. Eventually G2 are going to try and clear into that area now. And Jonah on a big wide flank. The time is ticking for Verno.
Just wanted to find a time to use that stun. It's not actually going to happen. Can Shenum backseat long have impact?
Timing. The timing. Professor V is on the hunt. He's on the march. He's coming from the rear guard as well. Little fault line. Verno nowhere to go right now, but Artisine's on the spike. Jonah's going to get there. He just doesn't have nearly enough time. Caught inside the paranoia. Haven't really seen any early sewers play from MIBR since that round 4, and Cortesia shows himself. Last round it worked. He got a kill pushing out. This time he shows a little too much leg.
And now G2 have all the time in the world to work them out. Artisine is trying to...
Thinks.
Oh, wow, barely escapes, just ducking his head below. He wanted to try and find a moment to even things up 4-on-4. MIBR making a decent rotate here towards the A site. Verno is on the way.
Shenum, TP's out, all is well. Artisine low, and at least they have a player in the site. A bit more of a sacrificial lamb though. Verno's gonna be there. Trent now knows he's about to get busy. Special delivery comes in, he's got to take the parry. Oh my goodness! Had the crosshair placed to perfection, but Verno's still fighting. Eventually cut down, but at 10 health, this whole time, Artisine's been waiting to emerge. He has done the most, and Jonah for MIBR.
Okay, and a great steel garden from Leaf. Just couldn't capitalize on MIBR. They're trying to flood back in, but they're getting stuck in this nebula. They can't move. Verno caught.
Yep, still stuck there. Briefly stunned. It would seem that way. Shenum is going to trigger the shield wall here, and Trent is looking for this. And they know Shenum's done this before. The late timing. This round, it's a little later and too late to stop G2 on the site. Sees the gate crash come past. Jorg might take a time in a TP to that to double swing this if they know Shenum is here. Barrel shown. Trent is walking up into that one. G2 have to know he's tucked here. Given the economy being shaky as it is, Valorant is ready for it. Only takes a lick of damage. And on the C we go once more, uncontested. G2 get in.
Cortezia has been playing such an aggressive half of Cypher, and frankly, it's just not been working. G2 have had the read on him, and he's been getting punished.
He's the most aggressive by far, but he's Aspas' Blade Storm. Okay, Rolling Thunder comes out, but Lee catches Shenum sleeping, and there's Artazine falling as well. Aspas is not really durable enough to go for this, but what choice do you have? Do you decide instead, yes, to just exit the round with some dignity and a rifle? Be hit. That's why MIBR haven't flooded onto A again, but here's Jorg from the top rope.
And that's the beauty of the Cosmic Divide. You can get out of the teleport on either side, and the defenders won't hear it. Double swing through is perfect.
Valen jumping through the fog. Once again, G2 with a very clean entry. These attack side rounds have looked slick. Now they have that hammer control here. Aspas dealt with Leaf, so now you're on a timer if you're G2. But the threat is pretty low. Shenum and Aspas on opposite sides of the map, and, well, G2 are going hunting. Jorg with yet another three-piece, and that is clean, baby! Let loose the hounds of hell. Shenum trying to break out of what could be a bit of a pincer, but it's going badly. What a shot! Aspas, though!
Actual bonus. Aspas dashing into the B site, waiting for that fault line to go. Leaf, perfect timing on the swing. He's backside. Can he get anyone to help him?
Okay, Shenum able to find Jonah P, but Trent is getting involved now. Now, you see G2 actually filtering into B. This is going to be a cancel called by MIBR. They want to get out. Jorgamo might have a chance to get ahead of this. Or at least back into spawn. Yep, he wants to get across the map as fast as he can, and already G2 are in hot pursuit. Oh man, surely! They don't look back behind them! Artazine deals with lead, but they don't expect the second. What about the third, guys? That's a no. He's headed elsewhere. And Valen, Mastermind IGL, is downed. Little to MIBR, no, it is completely open on C! Well, who cares about the objective? Aspas at 5 health just takes 2 more kills.
The old lurking jet strikes again, and Cortezia slowly through garage.
Inside this, what would be deployed cyber cage. Ping's in front of him now. He knows Cortezia is approximately there, and a spray through from Jonah P as well. Just triangulating the position. The Professor is on the mark.
Some massive confidence from Leaf, not giving up position in that dark cover. 4-on-4 retake. There's the stun into the salvos. Shenum in a lot of trouble, going to take some damage, has to teleport away.
Yep, MIBR now rattled in this post plant, but they're still trying to hold these anchor spots. Aspas will get first contact here. He sees them come, but Jonah finds another one. The operator of Jorg goes to work, but Artazine's already found himself 2 shut down. And now it's up to Verno. Often the last alive in these scenarios because he's got that Teo util. But those salvos are speculative. They don't stop the defuse, and Trent should swing on this, but Verno might have shut this down! No time
There's
for
no
Trent!
time.
Beautifully done! Cool as a cucumber! There's no early warning that Fallon is wrapped around. Oh, but he turns around, Verno! Spidey senses clearly tingling. Valum hits him with a 1-2 punch.
That is going to give G2 one rifle to work with. Shenum pop that from the shadows to get deep psychic control. I mean, he's pushing him forward, but he's going to be in some serious trouble.
This is what Jorgamo was doing on the attack side as well. Shenum getting into G2's face, gumming up the works. Steel Guard now to, in theory, put them on more even footing. So a 3v3. Secondaries out. Cortezia deals with Valen comfortably enough, though. Jorg, his rifle sings. Cortezia now has control of his Vandal once more, but they're on the other side of the boxes. We're at half. They get off of it. Here's Cortezia. Not enough will retake, though. That's the plan with all his initiator ultimates. So Artazine's the one left out there as it all starts to come down. Taken immediately by Valen. Spike left out in the open. No plant just yet. MIBR have got to fight back into C for control, but Leaf is on a timing. And Shenum, sharp as he is, keeps the round alive. But God, the checklist is long in order to come out with a dub, and Valen says, just tear it up. Here's round 21 for you. MIBR still looking for the last couple. And Aspas runs headlong into Jonah P's board. He headbutts it.
It's so simple, and it's executed to such perfection. Again, it's just the timing on these double swings out of the smoke off that fault line, and now a triple reclear. This could be dangerous for Valen. Double swing, but it's absolutely dismantled by G2.
Never doubt firing squad, they're waiting for him. Take him low. Artazine still has the stones to swing into that somehow, but the op brings out. Jaw cuts him down to one. Cortesia!
We're on a full eco, and they are rallying back into a close game again.
Ooh, that was sharp. Valen went to that left side, so Aspas gets deep. And Valen's been in an awkward position of having to be the solo anchor against a lot of these MIBR fast hits. But hey, plenty where that came from for G2. They will test this. To win heaven, Leaf has time to correct. Zay Gabagool, what are you looking at? Aspas, bam!
One enemy remaining.
Artazine at half health here, and it's just Jorg left. Good crossfires here for MIBR. Got every reason to go elsewhere now, but you're still gonna get the spike. Oh, and they've left Aspas here again, the lurking duelist play. Or will they decide to stay? It's a pump fake! Cortesia emerges. Valen now realizes exactly what is afoot. But either these things going to work, it's up to Jorg with an op. And he's virtually in a different postcode. For the map, he has got to go wild.
Both of his enemies are pretty weak. If he can actually recover a rifle, should hear that TP, should know it's possible that someone is in heaven, and with that dimensional drift, will know it as a guarantee. Shenum spotted out.
Fast and Furious 12, Brokio drift for Jorgamo.
Fake teleport.
Emerges now to see very little. Shenum is on the site. He's made sound. Shenum trying to keep himself scarce here, stay out of line of sight. Jorg has to check his left.
Neon. Again, they're going up against the Sentinel. He's confident. Hey, that's a great way to start for Aspas. Shuts down Valen instantly as he's caught in an awkward situation trying to escape. And now MIBR have the opportunity to get the spike down and maybe try to fight forward, get some additional space.
Same story as what we saw in Haven, right? It's Valen solo anchoring a site, getting overrun very quickly, and reinforcements just not being there. G2 trying to get active, of course. There's going to be a bit of a heavy mound fight coming, and Artazine now knows it. Their arrival's been heralded by the flash, by the drone. Artazine has nowhere to go. He's going to stand and fight, and better hope he gets out alive. It's not to be. Headshots for everybody, apparently. Cortesia.
But he is positioned close, and he's alone.
Professor P. Oh, it's tough. The Neon runs past, and Artazine dispatches him handily. Valen will head to pit. Probably happy he's not the first one on the site this time around. Actually gets to play the game. Isn't quite armed as well as he'd otherwise like. Snakebite will force him out of the pit. Artazine studiously looking skyward. Sees everybody drop down in front of him. Which is the clone? He guesses correctly.
Toxin screen down.
Some fair damage from Leaf. The 1 versus 3. We're not going to think better of trying to take that. Duel doesn't want to throw his gun away. They matter a lot more.
And it's just him. He is so nice one to take. However, okay, plot armor gets across the gap, no worries. Again, Valen struggles in this B position.
Okay, they've gotten the pit out from Leap. I love this from G2. They've stacked up 3 players on B. Enjoy. You can either go into the pit or you're going to come into the stack right now.
Yeah, either one. It's going to be brutal. Jonah wants to try and spray him down. It's a little awkward though. Verno punches him. Jorgamo has to try and gate crash out. He gives up that space, but Trentio's in baby door. He needs to wait though for his opportunity. Wait for Jorg to get back on the line. He dimensional drifts into the site. And there's Trent with the timing. Off the flash, it's perfect.
Space. Try and catch off G2. There are 3 players coming from Mount. Yes, they want to fight into Waterfall.
It's closing though. This is getting dangerous. Jonah can't push into Waterfall quite yet. And there's Verno dealing with Leak. Jorg has to break through here. Numbers are even. MIBR's last 2 stacked up here at Waterfall, and it's a dangerous proposition for G2 to defuse. Valen steps out, and Cortesia sits down. It's on Aspas now. Fast lane in. Jorg gets it to half, then gets off. Another tap. This is going to keep Aspas honest. Keep him wondering. Oh, what the heck was that? Pops up. Fortunately, Valen's played whack-a-mole before, apparently.
Can't teleport away.
Bot line comes in, but do they know there's another play here? I'm not sure. Oh, Aspas runs past. Jorgamo able to find 2, doing the most. And it's an unreasonable impact to have at sea after being stunned up.
Stunned and suppressed. He can't gate crash away. He's stuck there.
He can shoot, brother. That's all he needs to do. Just squeeze the trigger finger. And MIBR now are cut adrift, lost at sea.
God, that is MIBR getting nightmare flashbacks to what Zekin did to them on Yoru in positions like that yesterday. Succumb to so many multi-kills from their opposition on this map.
And again, it's Aspas who tries to get running literally early and then gets cut down. Late re-explore there for G2. Verno is not ready for it. Better be saving these boys.
60 HP for Artsin. Shenum is pushed up very far towards A.
Yet to frag.
The only chance is if he could get his first on the board right now onto Trent, but it's not looking likely. Sprayed down to 58.
Hit by the special delivery, and they didn't hold the spice. He's feeling it.
Okay, they're doing it again. 2 players pushing
Three.
Oh, Jaw, oh, but
Three.
he's shut down. It's the trade by Valen.
Big investment here for G2. It's gotta have to pay off. Arzine, stuck in that corner, doesn't have a way to get out except smoking himself off, or getting smoked off. He's able to get out. Trent. Shannon through the wall. Trent set the stand up, but always G2 stacked up in 2s and 3s.
Verno and Artson, the last two remaining, swung on by Jonah, but he is denied of a kill, and it's down to the 2 versus 2, 2v1.
Crispy with it is Valen, but he is cut down. It's Leaf, the one player you do not want to have to clutch against his up-and-comer, cerebral IGL in Arzine.
Look at the amount of angles that Artson has to be concerned about at the moment. Leaf could be coming from anywhere.
Bam! What a shot! Firing at the same time. That's not happening though. Okay, Leaf takes his chances there. Aspas able to bring him down, and any chance of reprisal cut off. G2 throwing Armageddon in the way. Verno has his build up in this round, and the Valen takes the timing. Okay, it's messy, very messy. And Jonah P is the last one standing with the Odin. No armor to speak of.
Possible.
He's actually getting info first, so he doesn't want to use it unnecessarily. Big fight though for Rubble. We like to see these. Here comes a Rolling Thunder though. Catches Cortezia out. Aspas though holds his own. Jonah isn't able to capitalize at all. Trent tucked it out, takes a fight to Aspas on the move. He goes careening into the door. Armageddon up here for Trent now. Jorgamo.
Might even be able to combo that Armageddon with some of this information from the Dimensional Drift if they really want to risk it.
Yep, he's yapping, relaying it. Leaf might even have been looking at this flank opportunity now. He can double it up. Verno dropped down. Here's that Armageddon. Played off perfectly by G2. Well worth using the ultimates in this kind of round.
Early.
Last round of the half, they're just going to go for it. Cortezia here. From the shadows, gets him in position now. Relay bolts there. Aspas burns Valen down. And they might want to keep pushing on this. They check the corner. Trent's spot from last round has been vacated. He's playing a bit further back as Arzine deals to Jonah. There's a wrap here from Leaf, but it might be a little bit too slow, and the Viper's Pit won't get value this round. Here's Trent though again, stunning. Lines him up, special delivery, catches on the Verno, but he too is stunned, down to 7. And Verno will finish the job. That buys enough time though for Leaf to get in position at least, but there's an attack side Viper's Pit on A, impinging into tree.
Leaf could try to counter pit to get into tree if he wants, or just fight close. Art's in with the shorty right there, but he's caught.
Even now in numbers, Leaf ready for it, shorty to hand himself. He dives into the pit. It's a hit, but not enough damage, and Aspas with his own shorty.
Up here with a trap play set up on B.
Okay, they do have a bit of a crossfire here, and there it is before the fault lines come through. They come from everywhere, by the way. It's just too good. Oh, buddy. Another beautifully executed MIBR pistol round. Not after round, but they're going to be set up for it again this time. And here's Aspas meets Valen head-to-head. Still a bit of an awkward one for G2 weaponry-wise. Sheriff's for them. Singing out well enough as Aspas got caught by an aftershock in the end.
Despite having these bad weapons, the fact that they pick up 2...
Yet to get rifles in their hand. Well, Sheriff does just as well. Shenum there plucked out of that position, and that opens the door now for Jonah to come right on through and get that spike in.
And instead of going for the gun, Leaf is going to opt to try and get into another unexpected position to just get a free backstab kill. Or at that, I mean, hell, Jonah could leave this site if he really wants to.
And he might.
Yeah, that's going to be the decision.
And again, he's happy. He says, I've drawn out a lot of this initiator util. Of course, it's only Taeho and Breach that are left, so I've got to be wary of that. But he got a bit for free. Oh, buddy! Tucked in the corner. This guy's been magic today. Verno with a special delivery.
Oh, he's just so scared that Jonah is going to swing off of Leaf's contact.
And Jonah's gone elsewhere, bro. He's gone to A. Verno now has to extricate himself. Rifle the hand for Jonah. Armor. He's in a decent spot.
He knows where Verno's coming from.
He's in the perfect spot too. Biding his time. Patient killer, but the barrel will be... No! He turns away! Verno also checking with his own over towards the A side to see if there's more than just the token lurk. Aspas down to 5. Magic number for him though. Off we run.
And in the meantime, Leaf had been slowly trying to get his way up towards A, but was caught by Verno's stealth nerve. And now caught himself as he tries to find a timing window through the wall. Absolutely punished for the hubris there.
The most casual of walks I've ever seen.
That spells his team into a 3 versus 5, where now it's Trent who's trying to explore, trying to find an opening, but everything is being covered by MIBR.
I mean, you have no info. No way of gaining it. Play disadvantage. The upshot is that he can still keep putting pressure next round with some of these weapons, but But now Verno and Artazine both develop those ultimates.
30
Jonah P
seconds left.
has a look. Valorant at 2100 might fancy trying to keep a lid on this money for MIBR. A win against Artazine here would be big.
Yeah, some damage would not hurt. Right call here from Artazine, though. Backing off, going to play very passively.
Valen
One
tracking that
enemy
corner.
remaining. 10 seconds left.
Fundamentals looking good for Artazine.
Nice try.
Jonah smacks him. Next up's Verno. Spacing I wouldn't say is sublime, but Verno's got the moves. He crashes on out to a relatively safe place. Here's now the Rolling Thunder. It's wave upon wave of util from G2 on corners. They at least deals with leave. But Artazine holds his ground.
How
And
does
G2 are out of there.
How does he go 1-for-1, and now Jaw is caught by Shenum. Jaw had put them in such an excellent position, saw the Cortesia, he had made that teleport forward. That's why the Rolling Thunder was sent out, and he still goes 1-for-1 while stunned, and then Artazine, instantaneous follow-up. Beautiful trade from him. He is so on point today. This might be the best game we've seen from Artazine since the first game, actually, of this stage, where he dropped some unreal numbers on the breach.
And he's doing it without a judge. It's been real nice. But that Cortesia kill might have been the pivotal one. Again, the money's just teetering here for G2. It's not in a good place at all. Trent's out of util entirely. Drone spots, and there's Jonah. It had to be a solo mission. Trent will have to try and drag himself out of these salvos. He can. 1 versus 3. It's dicey. Already Artazine's down. He'll fall back. Trent, can he? So hard to catch, but Verno will sink his teeth in. Sidestep there. Here comes an Armageddon from the defenders. Eventually, you've got to get moving, but Jorg knows he has some time. There's Valen. Aspas dealt with now, heading into tree. G2 brimming with confidence. Tony Artazine, and he wants to get forward. He wants to get ahead of this.
They made that trap play look like a joke. Valen just walks forward with Jaw, and they dismantle the defenders. They're trying to find kills off the Armageddon. That looked like it required less than no effort to deal with.
And where's the trade opportunity? There just is none.
Decoy.
G2 just walk up to MIBR, take 2 kills, walk away scot-free. Shenum again in a really important position. Last round was the opener. Now it's a second wave! Heads go rolling. They do. But eventually Trent can shut him down and still puts G2 at a player advantage. And now MIBR have to come together. Once more, though, it's both their initiators flashed with util.
This round is of the utmost importance for G2 to win, and despite having the man advantage, you know they're going to want to use ultimates to get this over the finish line. So there's that Viper's Pit, and just in case, Trent is still sitting on the Armageddon.
Artazine's been a bit slow on this, maybe checking his back line. Armageddon comes on through. Verno knows he's got to step forward, and he finds himself the one. Eventually falling to Trent's ultimate, though. And Artazine, with 1 flashpoint, 70 points of health, and 2 players to bowl over now, has to step up to the plate. Nothing to see. Decay down to 1. Time working against him. He'll spray. He'll speculate. He'll hope. Leaf unfortunately can't hide the fact. Aspas steps out, just takes a raw fight. Eventually help comes, but the timing was bizarre.
Leaf is cooling off. Trent at least comes in for the trade, and a little bit more shuts down Verno as well, and allows the team to pivot here towards this A side.
Mr. Consistent is Trent. Cortesia, man on a mission. Like Solid Snake with only a paper clip and
Portal
maybe a
closed.
rubber band to work with. Just the
30
classic.
seconds left.
Or can he cobble together? That's stunning for Shenum, though. All of a sudden, things look a bit more doubtful for G2. This is an important round. It's so pivotal. And Shenum, though, is just stunned up. Great special delivery.
He is stuck in a one-and-done position that G2 are able to take advantage of. Trent, life on the line there. Oh my god, if Arts didn't pick that, it looked like he was going to.
It would have been perfect too, and the timing works against him. Cortesia TPs to fake one, and he's standing right on top of these salvos. It's looking dire. It's looking grim. The upshot is that he can buy in the next round, so let's see what he can rustle up out here. Some vittles, some grub, no.
For B and C.
Aspas wants to be forward. G2 say, we're ready for it. They played the slow default, expecting the push up, and there's more where that came from, apparently.
Here.
Jorgmo gets behind. He sees that last player at Mound and Artazine. Oh, buddy! Into the waiting arms of Jorg as he tried to escape. This is bad news for MIBR. The money's in shambles. They take a huge risk, a gambit off Aspas that doesn't pay off.
Completely falls flat in the face of G2's awareness that a play like that could be coming. That is a...
Gotta be forced back. Now, can't do much there. Jaw's able to run him over. That pit will dissipate now as the defenders try and get set up here in Waterfall. But Leaf, he's already so far forward. Jaw on the site itself. Just lazily steps out of the way of that incoming util.
Trent is about to have the Armageddon when he gets the spike down too.
Two players up though for G2. Spray for Cortesia. Finally gets in the game. And what a savior!
The map.
Okay, here comes that aforementioned clear. Aspas is too clean. Too clean.
Remaining.
And in the perfect round to get going, he gets it done. Valen disoriented, surrounded inside the poison orb. And Jenna will put him to bed.
Keep him in his place with that. Molly doesn't want to take the fight to him. Martin in some serious danger from that spam, and he does go down to Trent.
Spike is down though. MIBR down to 3. But if Aspas is live, anything is possible. Here's Leaf on the other side of the door. Verno, oh, Bunny on the move as well. Cortesi though finds one, and here we go once more. MIBR disadvantaged, but in a position to punish a defuse attempt. Oh, there it is, the slide is in. And Aspas has arrived once more. Jonah goes low from that one, walks into a crossfire.
Oh, come on, man!
Valen now has to salvage the round, but he's burnt to a crisp. Now, but he's got two other players to back him up, other crossfires to hold. Relay ball thrown out, and man, the correction is stunning. He'll slide forward. Completely unhinged, but Artazine, the safe pair of hands there, will at least trade.
He made a correction. I don't think he could see a thing. He just knows he is locked in. Verno is controlling all of A. Leaf in these situations had been so aggressive, but he's been getting shut down this time. Is Verno the one getting too aggro? Yes, he is.
Snakebite here could be pretty rough as well. Artazine doesn't know if there's anyone upper. Paranoia comes, oh, but there's two on the line, that's tough. And it's Shenham, 1 versus 3. Leaf to step up first. The spacing's got to be perfect here for G2, but they've got the numbers, and Shenham doesn't feel confident for a defuse. That's one down, but there's more where that came from. That's 2. And still no time to work with. Valen knows it. It will fall. G2, and speak of the man.
So fast. Oh my god, he's still going.
Oh my goodness. Jonah flattened. And there's only so far the insanity can go, apparently, but it's still a player advantage. Oh, I say that.
Spike down.
Player advantage dissipates very quickly. Young Verno always finds himself in this position.
Let's just play this situation and show themselves it's not going to happen, and it's resulted in time just dwindling so low for him.
Yeah, no time here at all, really. Got to push into this fight, and is taken down. So the on-upper sees those salvos come in. Leaf will surely follow them up, and Verno on the move, still clear. Oh, buddy!
Down A.
Rips them apart. Cortesia does drop Spike. Out there on the A side, though, loose as Verno gets it dropped. And now Artazine's here to back him up. Valen is tucked. Now it's a waiting game. As MIBR want to flood back in. It hurts them. It works against them. It's up to Verno. It has to be 4. The Spike's headed away. It's been recovered. And again, Verno has to clutch this time to save the map.
The whole team showed up to support Verno, but then they just did too much. They already had the advantage. Forced G2 to make the move. They wanted to end that round right in that moment, but it's left Verno, who was the hero at the beginning of this, finding that 2K in a nearly impossible situation against Trent, who has missiles and the Armageddon at his disposal.
Surely that is too much to ask for. Surely that is too much. Verno here. Once again has to go looking. Gives it a tap, and the Armageddon is expected. Verno lingers, hoping someone plays off of it. It's G2 after all. There's no way that's happening. Time getting shorter. Salvos here. It's a foregone conclusion. A deterministic round, and map win here for G2. Verno can only await his fate.
That fault line, the salvos. Leaf tries to reposition. He's gunned down instantly.
Aspas, though, has to linger, caught inside some of that util. Now the activity comes from B main. Jorg wanted the long-range fight, but Aspas on the ghost a little too crispy with it. G2 down to 2. Both, though, are in the vicinity.
Goes for the jump peek, so Verno could follow it up, get an easy kill. Jonah pressured by the drone, forced back as the spike is going down. Verno with the trade again.
Yeah, Trent, unexpected, I think, there for the attackers. But they'll eventually be able to get the spike down properly, and Jonah will play off a flash and a recharged fault line to come in for a retake clutch.
All right, Shenham posted up in hell. Verno would love to draw the attention to him, and he does.
Trying to work on mid. Trying to construct this G2 hole, but Jaw is everywhere. And he's credited with both kills in the round.
G2 have allowed MIBR to get this space in B Heaven. Leaf playing on that common off
30
angle.
seconds
It's
left.
just such a strong one, however, and Verno is shot down. Now without being traded by Cortesia.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
yeah,
TP just a little too far forward. It was on the corner.
Played very far forward in this dark cover. He's about to be revealed, and Aspas wants to help from the other side, but he's flashed up, exposed.
Knives out, but this is getting a little awkward, even for Aspas' liking. Yeah, he's got to concede the position. Verno knows now they're getting chased. G2 starting to get aggressive here on ramp, and it's getting ugly for the attackers. Verno gets his, but at least got an off angle. And Artazine Cow is alone. Timing though. MIBR, I think they're trying to set up at Rafters, but here comes Jaw. Shen on the loose end, now down. All of MIBR trying to group up here in Heaven and the site respectively. In Lee, he's off the boil. Aspas gets
Wait,
the
this
better.
Armageddon is so good. It's forcing all of G2 out, but Jaw's collecting the kills backside.
G2 will fight in the sun or inside. Doesn't seem to bother them. Aspas and Cortesia here now have to go for it. Aspas, just a wayward bullet would take the man down. Now it's up to Trent. All of a sudden, this has fallen apart. Aspas knows approximately Trent is Heaven side. 7 bullets left. 7 kills for Aspas in the game. What opponent to take down!
Oh, the extra.
Standard aftershock there. Trent already off that line. Armageddon coming through. MIBR got to be quick about it. Lee just picks him off. Says, haven't you learned to eat your greens?
Live munition.
Trent forced back by the sun temporarily, but only 40 seconds on the clock. The rest of G2 all running over to this B side, just denying anyone even being able to just pick the spike up.
The cross-map fault line is nasty work.
Player
Set up by
standing.
Jonah. Verno, again, well, we've seen this one many times before.
Trent had such an excellent usage of the Armageddon into the salvos there. Heaven, it forced the MIBR players forward, and Leaf had already repositioned into Hell. He just had...
Much more well-behaved than he was on that Haven map, and still it's not enough. The discipline was there, but Valen steps up and forces him to fight.
We saw Sentinels yesterday exploit Cortesia being on his lonesome in B main frequently. He needs to not succumb to that same fate against G2.
He's the one to try and get active a lot in these early rounds. Might need some more variation though, as Aspas is just hammered with so much util. This is definitely shades of yesterday's game for MIBR. Losing that loose player on B, their fast hits getting stuffed by util. It's like a nightmare that repeats itself.
I love this from G2 out of the timeout. Cool. We're going to buy the op. We're going to push up into B main, take control, do something different.
They try and run it again. Aspas goes for a fight. Those stingers are plenty now for MIBR. Really like a kicked anthill on this A side of the map.
Jonah's caught close right now. Yes, he has this wall to tuck into, but it's going to go down. They're surely going to clear this.
Yeah, Verno. Whoa! Out of nowhere! Verno just pole vaulted on Jonah. And here's Aspas getting deep, getting amongst it.
He's gotten into the back lines, and Artzin cleans up the last Leaf on the flank shut down.
Set up in this board.
Oh my god, instant fight now from G2 in main. All of the players stacked up with that util.
Again, it's been so nice. The combo of Trent's util is there. However, perhaps the defenders have overstayed their welcome. Verno's able to cut them down to size and even up the odds. Jorg can't post up on that Rafters angle. Artazine slaps him down instantly.
He just didn't expect him to be in the site that rapidly. Valen weak, Verno hungry for more, knows he got the take and wishes he bought a Vandal. It's down into the 2 versus 2.
Spike, though, is down. MIBR trying to play off this together. 2 flashes as well. In hand for Artazine. And Leaf has finally arrived on the scene. The cavalry's here. He's very healthy. But he's got to put it together with Valen, who's still snaking his way into screens. But not so healthy anymore, is Leaf. Wants to try and take this fight without backup, by the way. Valen is not there until now.
So much damage done to Leaf. Both G2 players weak.
Time is ticking. Valen slammed, and now G2 have only Leaf to account for.
Oh, and he just barely gets into the range of the stun.
No time at all. Leaf at 11, Artazine artfully dodging the corner.
Just staring at him.
Just trolling the guy.
Yeah, 100%. This is a full buy for G2. Aspas fast into Heaven, and oh my god, the stray bullet. Leaf killed by the missile as well.
Literally shooting in the dark. And Leaf ended up getting picked up there, lingering. I think the Rafters side got taken down by a salvo. Here we go, all over the B side.
This round is just as good as done, unless G2 are able to catch someone from MIBR unaware.
Will Trent check this as well? Or is he confident enough that Jorgmo crossing? Yep, we've given him all he needs to know. In comes Verno, knife in the back at 2 Brutus. It's on Jonah. And already it was looking like it'd be unlikely they'd try with 3 guns. Even less so with 1. As has been the case in many of these rounds. Aspas, there it is. Leaf returning to that heaven position after giving it up because of the util. Aspas not ready for it this time. Where is this TP headed? Maybe just for info into screens, cancelled. Cortesia sees enough, and this has got 2 players from G2 drifting over.
Yeah, that's making it seem like there's going to be a hit towards A, but it's all of MIBR gathered up running through B main. Not an area of the map that they've been heavy-handed with prior to this final round. Valen repositioning in mail. Looks like he's going to be able to catch Shenum. The spray is wild, but it pays off.
Still 3 up now for MIBR. Have to find a big turnaround here. As that Armageddon comes in, Jorgamo dances amongst the napalm. Verno got picked up by it in the end though. And here's Trent doubling down. It's on Artazine. And he can't see a darn thing. Camp side. But this has kind of been read by Shenum. MIBR have been so good at these pistols, but Jonah P doubles back. Catches the player that was hoping to be the thorn in the side of G2.
There are still 50 seconds to play with for this G2 team. They are spread across the map. You have a Leaf inserted over an A ramp. Aspas keeping his eye on mid right now. G2 could quite literally be anywhere. They've decided to pivot back to Leaf, who has been uncontested in this area of the map. There's going to be so much pressure on Artzin.
How's the trigger discipline looking? He's about to get a lot of options. Jorgamo's able to switch around, very quickly dispatch him. And Leaf's got a good spot to play off of now. Pick the boxes left, go down to 30 and back away. He's done his job. This will confer heaven over to MIBR to make use of it. I think Verno wants to try and clear ramp. Lest there comes a late re-hit from Leaf.
Oh, does he clear this?
There's no way.
Aspas. Oh,
There's no way he's clearing this.
It looks like he wants to, man. It looks like he does. Oh, but the right click, close range.
God, he just knows.
That should end the round.
1 enemy remaining.
Nothing to work with now. Cortesia's basically sat and spawned still with no real options and no definitive way into the round. G2, crucial, absolutely crucial pistol round after a little bit of an anemic first half. Aspas would have been there 10 seconds ago already, diving in on that jet. G2 patiently scaling in, and there's Trent.
Yeah, and then Trent decided the time for patience was done.
Oh, he's got a stinger, put it to work, why not you? And this gun round for MIBR has fallen flat so far. Verno's in no position to have any impact, and Aspas, there's no way he could be asked.
This is a straight up save situation, not even a let's walk forward and see if someone can find a kill, and then hey, maybe we try to, no, we're just saving. Damage doesn't even feel particularly relevant. Look at the G2 cash.
Little TP on out there, sheepish from Valen, but he lands on the spot that Verno had targeted with the salvo. Oh, that's an ugly one still. It's fairly lowly armed and arm in MIBR squad. Dimensional Drift should, in theory, get you into the side scot-free, but Verno still finds Leaf.
He's the only one in the side fighting. Everyone else was caught off by that snakebite. They were just relegated to standing in main, watching their teammate lose a 1v1.
Okay, but hear me out. Jaw has been able to get into screens at least off that Dimensional Drift. There are a plethora of defenders set up there to try and fight for this, and oh, it's going horribly wrong.
I listened and I shouldn't have. It is fallen to pieces.
Don't let reality get in the way of the narrative. Why? Just don't worry about it.
In a situation where both teams have multiple full buys ahead of them. Valen is just the first death again. We're minute 30 into the round. These guys have to execute with no smokes.
I mean, that's Jaw. He'll always take that fight. He just runs in you. Cortesia. No chance to see a barrel shown there. Artazine deals with Jaw. And that B presence now essentially nullified. Trent is... He gets out of the worst of the Armageddon, still alive to be a factor in this retake now. Trent down. Leaf has the tight little angle, but Artazine's able to trade it out. Jonah P, the Professor, sticking Cerebro on his noggin, is able to see through the wall and know Artazine is waiting. Now it's a 1v2. Time is short, but his shots aren't hitting at all. And through. Shenum experiencing that right now. Artazine, oh, he's too low. Vulnerable from the snake bite and taken down by the salvos. Cortesia just slammed, insta-dink. Leaf finishes him off through the screen. And Aspas is too far away to do anything about this right now. Having to retake with an op.
The only hope for MIBR here is if one of those G2 players offers themselves up to a fight, but it's just not going to happen. You rarely ever see that from G2. They're just too disciplined.
Crisp. Far too crisp. Verno's been issued the challenge. He'll take it. Win it out. But really, at this point, you're trying to salvage some currency out of the round. Aspas says, I'm keeping this shiny boomstick. Cortesia on his left. Aspas no longer with him. He circled back around through mid to Heaven. Cortesia patience almost paid off. It ends up being a trade at best, and MIBR are all grouped in Heaven. Trend has a timing. He has an opportunity now to tear it all down. The flicking no-scope is there for Aspas. And now it's just him.
Enemy remaining.
The human tornado versus the professor. Time not on Aspas' side, but there's a moment, an opportunity to open this up.
Oh, he just thinks that he's wrapping around, but Jonah has been patient at Pillar the entire time.
Unmoving, stoic, and now he's heard it all. Jonah knows exactly how to play for time right here. Here's another tap, still falls.
The TP backside on A side.
G2 are committed though, this is not a fake. They've got to end here at this rate. Let's draw Aspas down.
What?
Cortesia with 2.
How did he get 2?
Stunning little brace, but there's more to be done. Jorg playing on the side in an elbow. Verno is extracted. And that's it really. It's just Arzine.
Yeah, Trent and Valen down to no HP, able to survive. The G2 IGL has hit some stunning shots in these last couple rounds.
Sneakily topping the scoreboard. And that's an easy one, a big 4K for Valen.
It's like the least impact Aspas has had is when he's got the AWP. When he has the Blade Storm, he seems to find it every time.
Speak of the devil. And he shall appear. D-man control taken here with the Blade Storm. What a great start to keep MIBR with like a really, like I said, teetering econ. Half armor for a lot of them. Up we walk, Artazine says, you know what, I'm good actually. I got more friends than you. I'm going to play it safe.
Look at the space that Leaf has gone. He has walked all the way through site. Here's drop down and he's cracked it open.
Leaf, just like he drew it up, it's a Viper's Pit deployed to make the retake that much more awkward. That covers screens, gets into elbow. It's everywhere.
That initiator duo so unaware that they had missed a timing that Leaf caught. And now Trent positioned in main alone, playing passively, biding his time. Doesn't need to make any move just yet.
You just don't clear this if you're the defenders. You don't have the bandwidth for it. You've got such a big problem to try and solve here. And here comes Trent into the backside. Aspas might have saved them. It's just Trent. The Viper's Pit is now down. Viper dealt with. Trent, so cerebral, so consistent. Reliable player here for G2 is playing it safe, as only he knows how. Salvo comes in, Cortesia falls, and this complicates it for Aspas now. It does get to half, but it's going to take more than that. And Trent's got to find the timing. The spray is not there!
The Judge, that's an iconic trio. Oh my god, Jaws just plucked Verno out of vents. Just open up this side of the map.
Just when most players would start playing safe, he just goes up a level.
Ardzin, you're in trouble, buddy. He's trying to figure out where to go with the Judge. Look at the angle he's holding.
Very exposed.
He's cooked.
Like a pimple on the tip of your nose. Artazine, oh, impotently tries to shoot in the direction of Rafters. It's a mismatch and he knows it. And now a full-strength G2. And a pivotal round in the game.
And it's wraps for this one. MIBR are going to have to sadly retreat and play this for OT.
The irony of this could be pretty delicious. There it is, Jorgamo says, do not dare impersonate me. Verno trades it though. That Guardian rings true.
Oh my god, that Armageddon is connecting onto everyone. Well, it's forced them into the corners at least. That could have been extremely dangerous.
It does throw things a little haywire for G2, but they're better armed.
MIBR, they don't know where to rotate. They were scared about someone being up through spawn, and Shannon on site has been dealt with.
No current mid-info to work with. Now they're going to try and test this from Heaven. And Aspas has been everywhere this round, but where the action is, star player conspicuously absent. And now he's going to try and drag them back from the brink. Split hangs in the balance. Verno's going to be forced off by the fault line. And Aspas goes looking, dive into the cloudburst, expecting someone in Mal, but Leaf is too canny to give this one up easily. Not for free, or not at all, he says. Now we're in for a penny, in for a pound, but Aspas is out of the game! And throws triggered yet again. Artazine low, has to peek out. Needs to try and extract something out of the round. And Aspas is set up on Heaven. Verno's gotten deep over towards Jin now. Jaw has a lot to look at. Goes down, but gets some good damage. Time is a big problem, and of course, ever reliable Trent delivers a death blow. Verno's got nowhere to be.
Just jump peeks onto that angle. Goes Aspas. Dare swing! Oh my god!
That's about as good as it gets. Then Aspas, again, just doesn't look back at explosions, apparently. Off to a different part of the map, this time resurfacing in mid. That was carnage.
I am stunned at that. We'll need a replay on that in 0.25x speed, please. Is on the angle with the dash. Could have gotten more, but Verno just picks it up from Switch.
That's an important round. Arcro's out there. Suppression on Cortezi. This allows Jaw and Ko to get in. Now MIBR's two anchors have to go ham. Not a bad start. And here's Valen digging them out of position.
Just overwhelmed by the numbers of G2.
Spike planted.
We're able to scale together effectively down lane and stairs at the same time, putting those players mid-sight in a vice.
No early round joy for Aspas this time around. Urgent pass coming into play, and here comes Jaw. Moving fast as heck, but Verno's able to stop him in his tracks. Shenum, though, stunned up in that corner.
Spike down.
For 4! Exactly what you needed, but guess who comes knocking? The Grim Reaper! Aspas cut down, and Leaf finds yet another one. Round is still live for G2, but Leaf somehow has to go absolutely bonkers.
Oh my god. Had a chance with Shenum.
Okay, Leaf on 3. Trying to show up the youngster Verno. Time started to become a concern. 33 seconds to play with. And these MIBR players are hoping to play together, but Leaf might have a timing to slip past. Radazine checks his for info. Little shoulder out now from behind. Leak knows he's going to get pushed. Not to be. G2 definitely going to play carefully around that. Steel Guard unused over at Beaters, and Armageddon coming in, and there's Aspas. An unlikely scenario to extract the kill, but that's what he does! And somehow Jonah's not ready.
Defender spawn.
Who could be? Valen with a stinger. Gets his, and finds another one. He actually upgraded to the rifle all of a sudden. G2, they thrust down the middle of MIBR's setup, and now Aspas. This position's no longer relevant. It's no longer terrifying. Shenum has to fight for himself, and Jaw goes by the wayside.
This has turned into a mental situation. Leaf has worked his way into market. Shenum, far more HP, but if he doesn't clear the corner, it's going to be a free kill for Leaf, but he's ready for it. Headshot dispatches him. 2 versus 1. Valen back sight. Both players from MIBR are running down lane.
Cerebral cortex swollen like a beach ball. Valen's got to figure this out, but Shenum just deals with him handily, in fact. Towards that CT side, now that Util getting concentrated towards the boathouse. Shaw steps up, knocked down straight away. It's the stinger buy for G2. Quintessential. At this point, MIBR are conditioned to it.
No real opportunity to get a shot off with the op.
Spike down.
Cloudburst to safety, wants to get back on the angle. Cortezi on the swing, but it doesn't matter.
Player standing.
5 health, yeah, not much to work with. Valen, a little stranded without an upgraded weapon either. Valen waiting, biding his time. Stinger, oh, they line up! Are you kidding me? Little flash here for a bit of info. Jaw, yep, we're getting out of there. Quick refract.
It drew the crosshair away from Shenum, and now Verno can't even trade because he's obscured by the smoke.
And with the stall Util, that's the controller down so early in the piece. Now, yeah, A is open. Come right on in, they say. Cortezi's able to find Trent towards the middle part of the map, so that, you know, post-plant Util drastically limited.
Leaf is ready for this. If Cortezi could win this fight, there's a chance at this retake. It's really the only opportunity.
Good steps, still guarded. Leaf says,
It's forced into the sight line.
Aspas gets there, that is wild. Just a pixel of him, I'd suggest. Valen again in hell, surely not twice.
Round 2.
Not again. Jonah moves out. Razorvine deployed, he's on the edge of it. Here comes Verno now, hunting. Blood in the water. He can taste it, and there it is. Valen dealt with. Jonah P on the site, riddled with holes. Jaw on a stinger. Stingers for everybody. Steel guarded now for Leaf. Held onto it the previous round. Radazine trying to back away. Caught up. Snarled in the liquid metal roots. And Jaw gets 2. Pushing out towards CT, but oh, wrong weapon in hand apparently.
That is haphazard to say the least. Throws his life away.
Oy.
2 players with stingers remaining for G2. Leaf is trying to close the distance, get on an angle that he can play nice and close. Both G2 players are just completely separated from each other right now. It looks like they want to try and get into a position where they can swing off of each other.
Aspas into main. This is awkward for Leaf. It's not a good spot. Look at him adjusting. He knows someone could backstab. He had the info. It's just too many angles to account for.
Valen's picked up a judge now.
Getting ahead of that Verno. Util, paranoia, doesn't seem to matter. Bam! He mows him down! Aspas though, low health. Valen has got himself an upgrade. Looking for the clutch. It gets to half. Valen biding his time, not respecting the fact that Aspas might be on that stick. It doesn't matter! Got a real gun advantage here. Artisan suppressed 4, caught by that 0 point, they're still going for it. Armageddon could be a bit of a wrinkle in the plan though. They'll move out of the way. Not quite in time, there was Verno with the util and the Blade Storm. I mean, what is this disrespect to MIBR? They've done nothing to deserve it. And this one blows up in G2's face.
I love the confidence from MIBR to just let all of these ults loose. They know Jonah's caught left. They know he's low HP. It's just a matter of cleaning this up. It feels like it's a matter of time until something connects onto him. And Cortezia on the flank makes light work. Kind of convergent paths Armageddon play? Maybe no, it's just an Armageddon straight up on A. Elite finds the opening towards B.
Verno, was he challenging this? Okay. Good money being thrown after bad by both sides. The Benjamins lit on fire. Scattered to the winds.
Arjun is trying to make some sense of this round, if not for MIBR, at least do it for me. What the hell am I seeing, man? Aspas, aware that Trent is in spawn, it seems, should be able to collect that kill. Does. Artson caught by the convergent paths. Straw going to try to capitalize on this push forward.
The hint is pretty brutal.
No, they just can't. They were kept at bay by that Molly.
All right, so that's sheer wall was just triggered, so they know Aspas is amongst it. MIBR been able to stabilize the round, but still have to fight this retake. Saturate. Pajor headed over towards that speedway, but he does get pinged out by a 0 point. They know he's here. Okay, or do they? Flash Armageddon comes through.
It's not going to refract. Staying committed to that logs position.
Oh, that's a mid-push.
She finds an opening. That's the AWP removed.
Sheer wall got triggered, but it's going to be TP'd over, so all of G2 can be here at B. And there's the last layer of defense cleared from that site. Bizarre rounds. Hard to predict. Hard to call, but bloody exciting. And that's Shenham after a high-octane sequence of plays.
We'll have a low-octane death awaiting him.
Will be sure. Aspas very low, though. Just a paltry 10 health to his name. But MIBR being very careful about this. Not overcommitting on the retake, but Artisan steps out and is shut down. Underneath, the check hell, Aspas is there, still gets a kill with 10 HP, as only he can. But now Verno and Cortezia have to spam on in. They want to push it. Oh, he's caught with util in his hand. Reef, dodging, ducking, dipping, diving, dodging. There's Trent to finish the job.
Fan of the second round force after getting the spike down.
Get to the side though, Valen there to meet them. Spectre rings out. Leaf gets a hand on it as well. 3 quick ones. And Cortezia's reeling. Forced to look on, paranoid.
Shenham in trouble after being blinded up by the paranoia. Has to acquiesce a main, but Aspas finds a great timing. Won't get instantly traded, but is doomed.
No chance to get out of there. Fragment claims that Jonah wants more. Maybe the weapon. Yep, gets himself the Vandal. Here's Trent lining it up now. This is going to slow things up a little bit, and still Jonah is claimed. That's another kill through mid. Jonah hung around, insisted on fighting for more, and that's going to make the A push for MIBR quite viable. They got across mid, but Valen isn't attending it.
Time is dwindling a bit, but it doesn't look like G2 should be in position to stop this plant unless they really heavily accelerate. Trent doesn't even have missiles right now. Valen trying to hold down this cross, but he just can't do it. Walks into the stun.
Oh, there it is. Trent caught, Valen trades it. Now there's rifles to get. Valen might now have a window to pick it up. Numbers even. Valen gets the Bulldog. Jorg still with the Stinger, but look, he does have the ability to get in. We just need to back up. This could be hard-hitting, fast play from G2. They're geared for it.
Valen upgrades again.
In we go! Jorgamo says Geronimo, and it's Valen to trade off him. Shenham low, Valen with 3. Oh, the double up here in tree is going to be tough to break for MIBR. Jonah can stall now. Sends a 0 point, gets more info. Aspas says, we kind of got to go through here. We've got no choice but to brute force the issue.
Shaw just jingle peeking at B main, catches the lurk, Cortezia as well.
Aspas is just unhinged, unchained, and unshackled from, earthly delights. He's brought down.
Spike down A.
And G2 put a stop to this.
All on Shenham to go and save. That's his only option. The economy is thoroughly crushed for MIBR.
10 seconds
Something on the exit would be nice for him, but there'll be someone to play off of this. Ops to stand in place.
There's that null command. Paranoia now coming through. Cortezia trying to fight close, but he's blinded up.
Got one that's going to have to be enough. Shenham recovers and brings Jorgamo down. Low, though, he is. Stunned up, pinged out. Now cleared from the corner. He's got no choice but to face the music. Now it's an even game. Null command was active, and here comes that Armageddon straight down Speedway. Verno knows it's coming.
All missiles away.
Puts it to good use now. Artazine has to take this one. Verno finds Valen with some util. And it's the Teo battle. Trent v Valen! Literally. Jumped by MIBR. They're in the site, but Artazine is down. He didn't have a good weapon for it. He was looking for something. Aspas goes low.
That was scary. Engagement against Valen. Can he actually win this out? No, Valen. Headshot connects. 4-on-3. Advantage retake for G2 to get to match point.
So much pinned on this for MIBR. They don't have the money to run this kind of round back anymore. And there's an Armageddon for Trent. Potentially to clear the bleachers off the side. It's going to force MIBR in the speedway direction. Cut down their options to fall back. Verno's able to avoid damage that comes in, but here comes a speedway push. Verno stopping power. It's going to be Trent again. Are you kidding? Back-to-back brilliance from Trent.
They've got another buy. They got the spike down. They're getting the loss bonus.
And they've got to do it without the final boss himself. 4-player squad of MIBR. Now, is it a snake you cut the head off or a Hydra? Does another one grow back? It's time to find out. Onto that B site, Shannon handles Valen! Jonah falls quickly, traded out. Now numbers even. G2 with a respectful distance to the site. They're playing off of it. There is a sheer wall in B main by the looks of things, and if this isn't read into,
Planted.
Trent will be on the wrong side of it for a time.
Snappy from Jaw. So fast. Has the convergent paths now. Let those loose on the site so the players from B main can get out, and that should seal it up. That should get G2 into another grand finals.
Here we go. Trying to get in there. Oh, wait a minute. Artazine stops them in their tracks. Jaw has to go for it now. Dash forward. 2 dashes, and it's not enough.
Ice is set up.
Leaf waiting on the other side of the door to greet them. Artazine riddled with bullets. Swiss cheese litters the floor. Leaf goes to work on them. It's up to Verno, and now the Steel Garden
Missiles away.
will take away his only advantage into the round. And G2 recovered 3 whole rifles. He called it by it. The masters of these thrifties, the Stinger buys. And Verno again, like so many times before in this series, has to drag himself up the hill. No help. It's all on him.
Grenade is live.
Special delivery backside is there. Leaf is low. Dealt with Verno, finds him, but he's suppressed now. Valen, sweet.